Start, and it should be a quick yellow here after that cleanup. Thank goodness no drivers were hurt. Drivers will be choosing inside and outside. Big thanks to Wendy Boston, by the way. Wendy Boston is our chief scorer, and she does a phenomenal job. She does a lot of big marquee events at Screven and also at Needmore here today. Cochran, she done the Alabama State race. She was going to do what is still the postponed National 100. It's not canceled. It's still postponed. Me and Billy Thomas are working on trying to find a reschedule date, but the problem is, West James, we've literally got races on top of races, and we're not going to compete against other tracks, and we got the holidays, and I'll just tell everybody that's been asking me, texting me, it's probably going to be either before the start of Speed Weeks in Florida or after Speed Weeks in Florida. One or the other. That's when it'll be, either January or February, for the rescheduled 44th running of the National 100, East Alabama.
And you'll have them all straight, and you'll let them know. They can easily find out by going to your Facebook page.
That's right, East Alabama Motor Speedway. Of course, you can follow me at Wesley Outland on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, Snapchat, Google+, and, of course, Wesley at Fox Sports. And, of course, East Alabama Motor Speedway is on the Facebook page at EMS Dirt 2. Need More Speedways at Need More Speed 1 on Twitter. And, of course, Need More Speedway on Facebook. Wes, what's your world of social media? You got any handles, brother?
Nope, just...
You got Facebook.
Big country.
You got Twitter?
Nope.
You got Instagram?
Nope.
You got Snappy Chat?
Nope. I'm old.
Okay. Tumblr?
What is Tumblr?
Google Plus?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm barely on Facebook.
There you go.
West James, Big Country. That's how folks find me on Facebook. That's how folks get in touch with me on social media.
Hey, we have found a true Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket fan right there coming up the grandstand steps. He's wearing his polo shirt proudly.
Nope, he's shaking his head no because that's the only shirt he had in his closet clean that he could wear. See?
It's okay being in denial, buddy. It's all right.
So I just grabbed something. If it got dirty, it wouldn't matter.
Hey, I think it's going to be a great game for the SEC championship between Georgia and Alabama. But Alabama, come on. But Georgia is a good team.
We'll see you in December.
If Bama ever went out, I would say Georgia would be my next pick. Kirby Smart's done a phenomenal job with the Bulldogs.
Yes, he has.
But by the way, the tutelage and knowledge he gained from Nick Saban.
That he did. Interesting. Jimmy Sloan, because of the spin out, is in the rear of the pack. And, of course, he was our 2018 points champion and won more races in the Super Streets than anybody else. We're going to get the green flag, see how long it takes him to get back to the lead.
Ready for the restart. We're back to green. CRN Sports Network coverage of the Early Bird 2018. West James, Wesley Outlet on the call. You're on a beautiful Sunday afternoon in Georgia, southern Georgia. To the bottom of the racetrack. Here comes the field, door to door for the lead. West, that's on the inside. It's 229 Cunningham. He leads them to the bottom in one, but here comes the crossover on the bottom. Back into 1 and 2 for the lead. He's trying to get it back.
And he just can't. That's Tommy Clenard, and they bump as they come out of turn 2 down the back straightaway. And Cunningham leads them into turn 3 and 4. Clenard all over his bumper. And it's getting squirrely out there.
Look at Clenard trying to run down Cunningham, licking his chops patiently as Brian Casey in 27. He sits there in third to the back stretch as they go.
But look, coming up already in 5th place is Jimmy Sloan Jr.
Yes.
As he's got the leaders in sight and he's starting to reel them in.
I was going to say that. And he had some problems at the beginning, but now he's picked them up one by one. He's got the 00 to pull off next of Josh McBriar. But now, out in front, it is a car with 3-digit numbers. You normally don't see that except in the dirt track racing world. And we've got caution on the speedway trouble at the bottom of turn 3 and 4. Car number 90 has went around. That is Larry Litton out of Cairo, Georgia. Larry Litton puts us under yellow flag number 5. West James, what happened over there in the corner?
He just coming out of turn 4, just could not quite hold it and spun down into the infield, and he'll go to the rear of the pack as we get ready for a restart.
Well, there you go.
They'll quickly get them lined up. And this give Jimmy Sloan Jr. just a little bit more edge as he gets closer to the front.
Well, we'll go under the caution flag yet again. Cautions breed cautions, as they say.
Waiting for Flagman, Miss Terry's getting them reset, talking to the drivers. And Chris Cunningham Thompson's he's talking to our track crew. Not sure what about.
We will interview our top 3 finishers when this race concludes. Wes will man things up here while I strumble and
You're younger than I am.
go down the stairs. Yes, sir. Not a problem.
And you got better legs.
I can. Yes, sir. It's fun running up and down pit road. I love it. But people wonder how the MRN or PRN guys pull it off. You've got runners like myself or you got rabbits. That's what we call them, because one guy just stands in a post and he gets everything fed to him through a radio. Everyone else is running around like chickens with their head cut off, listening to radios, giving back information. I've had the privilege to be a runner on pit road and also be the guy that just gets to stand there and just get all the glory, so to speak. Say what Jimmy Johnson or Dale Jr. or Kevin Harvick's doing to their cars, and you think we're running up and down pit road, but we're not.
Chris Cunningham.
The glories of radios. You got one over there yourself.
Yes, sir.
Scanners. Hey, by the way, as again, as our race fans, as we reiterated, go to the Needmore Speedway Facebook page or go to Community Radio Network on Facebook. You can share the link of the race broadcast here from Needmore Speedway and the 2018 Early Bird 50. And if you got any friends or family that are not able to be here, you want to have them keep up with the action, it's Rhett Carter and Joseph Brown on the front row for that 5,000 win Early Bird 50 coming up later this afternoon. We got you covered on CRN, the Community Radio Network, and West James. Green flags back in the air for the Super Streets. Back to 1.
Cunningham, as he leads them out of turn 2, he's got Clenard right behind him, and there comes Jimmy Sloan from the back of the pack. Has worked himself up to number 3.
Problems back straightaway. 27 cars off the pace. He's got some kind of an issue going. No caution yet. He is still limping in turn 3. Will still stay green, though. West, the leaders are off turn 2.
Yes, they are. Down the back straightaway they come. Cunningham has extended that lead over Tommy Clenard, and Jimmy Sloan starting to reel Clenard in. And here comes John McBrayer in that double zero car as they come down the front chute, sliding off hard into turn 1. Out of treacherous turn 2. Single file they come. And Chris Cunningham has really extended that lead over second place, the second place car of Tommy Clenard.
Well, they'll come across the line now. Out in front is Steele, going to be car number 229. Chris Cunningham out of Albany, Georgia. He started this race on the number 4 position. He started outside row number 2. He leads them now into the corner with Cunningham cleanly out in front. Nobody can catch him. Great battle heating up for second, though, as here comes the business happening between Jimmy Sloan and the 3X of Tommy Clenard. That battle now heats up. Clenard clears him off, too.
And down the back chute, they come to caution flag.
Caution's out. Trouble, one up against the outside wall. His driver's side up against the concrete between turns 3 and 4. Caution's coming out yet again.
And that's the 6th caution we've had on the afternoon here in our first feature. But Jimmy Sloan.
Durance Lane Street Stocks, line them up. Your feature is next. Durance Lane Street Stock drivers, your feature is next. Caution is coming out for the orange and black number 74 machine. That's Carl Singletary out of Orlando, Florida.
He came a long way to try to get his.
It feels like Orlando in this booth. Not that I mind at all. I about froze on Thursday, Friday, and last night. 20, 25, 30-degree weather. And there's no heater in the press box at Sylvania, Georgia, at Screven at Red's Palace, but it feels like a nice warm ice box in here, or heat sweat box is what I was meaning to say. At least it's not cold. So
I did take a shower and used deodorant. So.
I did, and you know what? Thanks to Robbie Metz, after sleeping in my car overnight after the drive from Sylvania, Georgia, I was able to get a shower and be clean, too, so you wouldn't be running for the hills.
And I understand you had to kind of pick your way through the backwoods to get here.
Oh, man. Yes, sir. Oh.
And you didn't run?
I knew there was a racetrack in sight, but sometimes you cannot trust your GPS. I'm going to put that as a tweet. Sometimes you cannot trust your GPS. Because this GPS was trying to make me go on some Watts Road in the backwoods, somewhere probably back there through that field, because I thought I was going towards the racetrack with the lights. I saw the lights on, but just couldn't turn in. And it was a jump off the cliff at that dirt road that became a dead end. So I reset, found my way back to the starting box, Look for that big red sign about 3 miles down the road. Pulled in, got to the starting line where the sign was, and just started to estimate 2 miles. Saw the sign, hung a right to the racetrack. We are back to green.
There we go.
I lost 45 minutes driving in a 5-mile circle.
I'd have lost 45 pounds.
We're back for green, and Singletary back on the jump. Cunningham, back on the jump. Clenard there in the number 2 spot. Sitting in third is now Sloan. That's your top 3. Great battle for fourth, heading off turn 4 now.
It sure is. Cunningham leads them down the front chute. And Jimmy Sloan trying to get underneath. Clenard, as they go hard into turn 1, has to back out of it. And following through turn 2 and down the back straightaway.
Well, here's a quick trouble! Turn 2! Going around the 90 car. That's going to be car number 90 of Larry Litton out of Cairo, Georgia. Blue and yellow 90 car. Not black and yellow, blue and yellow. And the caution will come out yet again. Cautions breed cautions. And it's the last race of the year. You're going to go all out.
You sure are, because there's a lot of money on the table. And as I used to say in the Water Boy, they're not holding anything back.
That's right. We'd like to remind you that this afternoon's broadcast of the 2018 Early Bird 50 is under exclusive radio rights from the Needmore Speedway and promoter, Mr. Walker. Solely for the private, non-commercial use of our listening audience on the Community Radio Network. Any publication, reproduction of the accounts used without the express written consent of, again, the promoters here at the Needmore Speedway and Trace Knight, executive producer of the Community Radio Network, is restricted and prohibited.
That was done very professionally there, Mr. Outland.
No cheat sheet or nothing in front of me either. You get so used to doing it, it's in your head. For people that work in broadcasting, you need to remember. Well, everybody should remember your driver's license number, your wife or your girlfriend's telephone number, your parents' number, obviously, and your Social Security number. And if you work in radio or broadcasting, you need to know station ID and the legal rights. Also.
Why your driver's license number?
I don't know. I mean, I guess if you ever, if you ever lose your driver's license number.
I was trying to, if I could remember my driver's license number, I could.
244-7677. Not telling you the last number.
I can't even hardly remember my Social Security number. Larry Linton's going to need a hook. And what we mean by that is the wrecker will come out and lift him up and help him get off the track. It's going to be a rear hook as we're still under caution here at Needmore Speedway.
Hey, I'll tell you what, Wes, for the most part, for being daytime racing, the track conditions look really, really good. Shout out to, again, Mr. Walker and his family and, of course, awesome staff, Chance Smith. John King. Thank you to John King also. I know John King's been here numerous years. And, of course, the Walker family now taking over the helm, but they're doing a phenomenal job. Thank you again to Chris Walker and everybody here. And you said it yourself. He could have come to just run for $5,000, take the money and run, and he chose not to do that.
I'm going to tell you what.
Decided conflict of interest. I'm going to put on a race for the fans. And for all these other drivers, then me just try to put some money in my pocket myself.
He also holds the track record for the fastest lap around this track. And this year, he's just been phenomenal on this track. Like I said, at one point, he'd won 6 straight features. I've seen him literally almost completely lap the field in a race, and he would have been the odds-on favorite to win the early bird 50 and take home that $5,000. But he said, nope, the fans deserve this race. And we're in a position, Mandy, his wife Mandy and I are in a position to be able to put this race on this year, and that's what we're going to do. And I'll park my car, and I won't race. I asked him in an interview on a radio station that I work for. We were out here doing a remote, and I asked him in an interview, I said, Kelly, what makes you such a good driver that you get around this track so much? And very humbly, he said, the only difference between me and the other guys is I have so much time on this track.
Right.
I know this track, and he said, the guys I race against put them in my car, and I couldn't catch them either. He said, I've got a good car. He says, but given the amount of time that I've got on this track, they'd be the same way. Of course, I told his wife that, and she said, that's not entirely accurate. And I said, really? I said, well, what is it then? She says, he's fearless.
That's right.
He said he's absolutely fearless. He loves running on the edge. And when you talk to him, he is so humble.
Right.
And not at all like you would expect a race driver to be. But he's just so humble and down to earth.